You know, people at home watching television talk to each other and carry on. When they're in a movie theater, they think they can behave the same way. And, you know, these people, usually they turn out to be women talking to each other. I don't mean to be sexist, but, you know, I'm just going by my personal experience. There are usually two women behind you talking to each other in the middle of the movie, commenting on it, or repeating the line that the actor said. You know, I mean, you've experienced that. I think civility has really deteriorated because of technology. I think also spelling and good grammar has deteriorated. Amen. Emails with no punctuations, no capitals, misspelling, you know. So anyway, that's my gripe about technology. Let's go to this mic. Oh, is there another mic there? Just these two, right? Okay, you're next.
Hi George, how you doing?
Hi.
Welcome to Dragoncon, first of all.
Thank you. I feel very, very welcomed.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, as somebody who's interested in Japanese history during World War II, I found, you know, your part of your life very interesting about, you know, you as a Japanese American, the struggles that you all went through. And my question to you is, have you thought about possibly directing or at least producing a documentary about that Japanese American experience during that time?
There has been a feature film that was made starring Dennis Quaid about the internment of American citizens. You know, just because we happen to look like the people who bombed Pearl Harbor, you know, we were rounded up and put into these barbed wire camps. And the other amazing story that goes with it is young Japanese American men and women, you know, after they were incarcerated, volunteered from behind those barbed wire fences to fight for this country that had taken their property, imprisoned them, taken their freedom. And they put, the women went into the WACs, but the men were put into a segregated all Japanese American outfit, the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. And they were sent to Europe because, you know, sending them to the Pacific Theater would be really dangerous. Friendly fire, you know. And the 442nd Regimental Combat Team fought incredibly. They suffered more casualties, highest casualty rate for a unit its size, more Purple Hearts, and more Congressional Medals of Honor than any other outfit to return from World War II. And they are the most decorated outfit to return of the Second World War. People who had their families in American prison camps. You know, amazing story of what American democracy and what people have to do to fight for the ideals of this country. Even more amazing, young Japanese Americans who spoke Japanese and understood and read Japanese were inducted into the military intelligence service. And they served in the Pacific Theater, where the term friendly fire had a deadly real meaning. I mean, they looked just like the enemy that was being fought. And because of their work in interrogating prisoners, in translating documents, and all the work that they did, it's believed that they shortened the war by 2 years and saved millions of Allied lives. And so, you know, the Japanese American contribution to winning the Second World War is an amazing story. And there was a movie made about the 442nd that came out in the late 40s. Interestingly enough, you know, this is about the Japanese American soldiers who served in a segregated outfit, but the star was Van Johnson. Doesn't sound like a Japanese American name to me. Yes. Should have been Van Tanaka. But that, you know, for those of you that want to look up archival films, that was an MGM film. And the film that was made more recently, about 10 years ago, about the internment, and it was a love story. is titled Come See the Paradise. So you might see if your video dealers might be carrying either title. But that is an amazing story. I am involved with a project in producing capacity that I don't want to go into detail talking about because it's still, we're still gathering the investment funds. But once we're ready to go with the project, and once we get into pre-production, I will be shouting it from the mountaintops. It's going to be a very exciting movie with some wonderful stories to be told, and this is a true story. But we will be dramatizing it, with actors and being directed by an Academy Award-winning filmmaker. So stay tuned.
Thank you very much, or as they say in Japanese, arigato.
日本語話しますか? I just asked of you, do you speak Japanese?
A little bit, very little. I'm learning.
Well, there's
the
a word for
language.
that. I think most people understand. Squish. Squish. Now, you understand? Thank you. Let's go over here.
Let me see.
Well, LeVar.
Actually, he was here last year.
You don't sound like LeVar.
Anyway, I got two questions.
Yes.
One, what is your best cartoon voiceover you ever did? And second, if anybody didn't know, because weeks ago, George Takei appeared on USA Psych. I saw a little bit after wrestling went off because I like the promo. What's it like doing that show and also the cartoon voiceovers you've done?
Well, to answer the first question first, I did Disney's Mulan, the animated feature, and Mulan 2. And I did a voice, a character called the First Ancestor, the very first Chinese. So I did, all Chinese are of my issue, according to Disney. And I'm a Japanese American. Hollywood, and that was great fun working on. And when Disney does a feature film, they really put a lot of detail into it, because I do a lot of Saturday morning animated voiceovers. And when I go in for them, they email the script over, and I look it over, and I go in and we record it, and that's it. But with Disney, they're not only first of all, they have a storyboard written out, and so they walk you through the storyboard, and they give you a sense of first of all what your character looks like, and then the kind of rhythm that the scene should have. And then you start recording, but they have a video camera going, and they capture your facial expressions and the gestures that you might use, when you're doing the voice. And then the animators look at the video, and they might incorporate, if some of the gestures are really good, they'll incorporate that into the character. So I really enjoy doing Disney feature films. I'm a new regular on another animated series called Kim Possible. And, some of you, Zach, I'm the sensei in that. And I just last Wednesday, before I flew here to Atlanta, I did another episode of Kim Possible. The second part of your question was?
Psych?
Oh, Psych, yes. The character that I played in Psych was named George Takei. However, those of you that know me did not recognize that character. I used as my model another one of my colleagues.